MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Rowe, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Mike Rowe, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
How do you see the world?
Ha! At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles.
Like riding my bike.
Breaking boards. Ha! Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in here to the Cardinal Arena. It is the Christmas season, and that means it is basketball season, and in doubleheader action, the Cards will be looking for hallmark wins tonight against the Wamego Raiders. It is Hayden Harves and Reed McAvoy on the call. We're about to get into the national anthem, so we'll listen to that before they get into the starting lineups. Cardinals pep band getting us all pepped up here for the first games inside Cardinal Arena. Mentioned the Wamego Raiders both come in 1-0, both the girls and the boys. We'll be focusing first on the girls here, and we'll focus in on the starting lineups, Hayden, before we get into your pregame analysis.
Yeah, of course.
And for your Cardinals, number 355 senior Wamego, number 356 junior Lexi Heck. And for your Cardinals, number 10 57 sophomore Pregame. For Wamego, number 15 5'10" freshman Kendall Mayer. For your Cardinals, number 12 5'5" sophomore Izzy Buckow. For Wamego, number 20 6'1" senior Isabella Wilbur. And for your Cardinals, number 13 5'7" freshman Ava Dunn. And last for Wamego, number 23 5'5" senior Soraya Pitcher-Reed. And last but not least for your Cardinals, number 22 5'9" senior Miranda Booth.
So just looking purely on experience, both lineups are identical in terms of the number of seniors, sophomore, and freshmen. Both teams starting 2 seniors and 2 sophomores, and 1 freshman make their starting 5. So Hayden, you want to walk us through some of the previews here for this matchup?
Yeah, as far as pregame goes, we have a little bit of a history between these two teams. They have played a decent bit over the last couple of years. Ladies team for the Cards went 14-8 last season to 15-8 for the Wamego girls. They did play each other twice last season. Wamego won both matchups, 26 and 32 points for the Cardinals girls. So it's been a fairly even matchup over the last couple of years, but definitely the recent edge to Wamego going into this one.
Yeah, they got both of those wins last year for Wamego, 1 home, 1 away. So they showed that home field advantage was no matter or no necessity for them to get the win. The Cardinals do come in with that home field advantage. Last year, they started 7-0 to begin the girls basketball season. It was a very encouraging start, and it still ended up being a solid season, but that did set extremely high expectations, which can sometimes be a little bit dangerous to try and live up to.
Absolutely.
And Bryn Dieterding, who's on the ball here, in the first game of her sophomore season, she had such an exciting freshman year, such a talented player, And she is going to be kicking off the second year of her nascent Cardinals basketball career. Of course, a dual sport athlete playing volleyball as well on this same court in the Cardinal Arena, but didn't get to participate in a lot of that season due to injury. So she will be excited at the opportunity to get out on the court, get action out there playing basketball here for the Cards. Scoreless through the first 30 seconds, inbounded by Keltner. Here is Dieterding calling the plays. Driving to the basket, laying that one up off the top left of the backboard, and it's rebounded by the Lady Raiders. Here is Hecht. And now a shot comes up from the free throw line and is in from Celia Hargett. The sophomore gets the first points of the game. Wamego take a 2-0 lead.
And yeah, Reed, worth mentioning, even though Wamego has played one game for the Cards, this is their opener. Still a little bit of rust to knock off for both sides, I'm sure, after a full offseason.
Here is Ava Dye trying to find Keltner, and she is almost able to maintain possession, but no, they say goes out off of her. So, Lady Raiders basketball. Press from Hannah Keltner. Working it around into the corner here for the Lady Raiders. Now in the paint, back out for three, a long distance shot, and she has got that. That is Lexi Hecht, the junior, from way downtown. It's 5-0 Wamego.
Quite a shot and a lot of aggression early on from the Raiders here. This is an interesting approach. Certainly working out to this point.
Keltner tried to get the first points for the Cards, but rolls out. And now we've got a foul called, jump ball actually. So not a foul. Possession going the way of Wamego. Or no, goes the way of the Cardinals. Into Dye, and a great play there. Got that one and let go of it while she was still in the air. Ava Dye with the first points for the Cards. The lone freshman in the starting lineup. Driving towards the basket and laying that one in is Kendall Mayer. Early scoring here for Wamego. Dye tried to find Keltner, a little bit inaccurate though, goes out. So another Lady Raiders basketball. Lexi Hecht had that long three just a moment ago. Drives to the basket, lays it off, no look to Celia Hargett, who then from mid-range puts that one in. Wamego up to 9. It's 4 now for Hargett. She leads the Raiders.
And how impressive has the shooting so far for the Lady Raiders been? Seems like they have just been near automatic. Short range, mid-range, and long range. They've been nailing them all day long.
Dieterding into the corner for Dye for three. She's got it.
Right as I say it.
All 5 points for the Cards coming from Ava Dye. Corner three for the freshman, has them within 4. But quick response, no. Nearly for Hargett. Off the front of the rim and out. And now we'll see our first change of the game. Going in, Ali Rychek, the senior, takes the place of another senior, Miranda Kuntz. This one finds Keltner. Played back to Brunkow. Dye wants another. Could she? Just off. Keltner trying to find space. In the corner now for Brunkow. She'll drive towards the basket. Gets it across for Keltner. Hands in the face. And a shooting foul. So that will send Hannah Keltner to the line here for a couple free throws.
That was a really impressive sequence for the Cards from overall. They're really good. Again, knocking the rust off today. Practicing all phases, you could say.
The arena falls silent as the senior puts her first shot through. Hey, can you, the scoreboard?
No, I gotcha.
Good. And her second one will not go in, rebounded by the visitors. It was 7-2 at one point, now 6-9.
It's a really impressive way to capitalize, especially when you're down a decent deficit. Answering back like that, keeping this thing close early on can matter a lot later into these games.
Hecht fires this one back into Mayer, and there will be may have been a traveling call. Whoever it was turns it over. So within a possession, and now with the ball, here's Bryn Dieterding. Powerful driving down court. A little loose from Dye, but Brunkow able to pick it up. Still bouncing around. Nice move from Brunkow. Finds some space, shoots, and just off. Keltner rebounded, and then so too did Rychek, but the Cardinals unable to come away with anything from that possession. Impressive moments, though, from a few different players. Greer Panzer. Back to Panzer. Top for Hargett, and Hargett, the leading scorer for the Raiders, increases her lead. She's got 7. Raiders first to double digits. They've got 12. So just a moment ago, Cardinals were within a possession. Now they're being doubled up. You can see on your screen we've got a shot clock now. First year of that new rule. Ava Dye will get a shooting foul. So she'll go to the line, the leading scorer for the Cards. Yes, that shot clock not there last year. That is going to increase the speed of play, potentially make higher scoring games. Excited to see how that affects things as this year goes on. Ava Dye's first shot is good. She's got 6. Couple changes for Wamego. One on the Cardinals side. Hannah Keltner steps out. Carly Owens, freshman, comes in. No good on Dye's second. Rychek fighting for the rebound but won't come away with it. Instead it was Isabella Wilbur. Press from Brunkow, keeping Lexi Hecht uncomfortable. Some nice movement. Hecht thought about the lawn shot, tried to get it all the way across, ended up getting through, and now drawing a shooting foul is Leah Winter.
And I'm noticing so far, of course, early on in this thing to make any large observations, but the Lady Raiders are doing a really, really good job of keeping the ball on the move, opening things up a little bit closer to the basket. Really impressive so far.
Yeah, keeps your defense uncomfortable and also tired. It says they got to keep moving around, trying to stay on top of the ball. Winter gets both of her shots to go. Brunkow with Dye to her left, but there's a high press from Wamego. Brunkow tries to break it down by herself, draws a shooting, no. A defensive foul on that one. Not a shooting foul, though. It's a second foul committed by Isabella Wilbur. Rychek went out. Brady Miller comes in. Dye puts that one in immediately. Another great play between her and Dieterding. Some nice communication there on the baseline on those inbounds.
Really?
Twice now they've turned that good into points.
And a really good day really early on.
Hecht lays that one too high. Was going for a little bit of flare on that pass to Panzer. It was a great idea, but ended up just sort of jumping too high to begin with. Brunkow finds some space. She'll take it and then lays it off for Owens. Off the back, it comes back to her. And the second chance just barely missed, and then Arabelle Rosano took a hand to the face from her own teammate. Looks like she'll be all right. Hecht against Brunkow. Now Wilbur against Dye. Shot from inside the paint, no good from Winter. Taken away by Dieterding. Looking to move down court quickly. She finds Owens, and Owens does not miss this time. She's got her first points. Cards into double digits and within 3.
I love the urgency on that series right there. Really, really good job to hustle back down the court. Answer right back, keep this thing close.
Last minute here. Will we go into the quarter break with one team leading? It's been Wamego the whole time. From 3, no good for Pittenger-Reed. I should specify Soraya Pittenger-Reed rather than Shane Pittenger-Reed. Keltner comes in for the leading scorer, Ava Dye. We'll get these last 50 seconds off. High press from the Lady Raiders. Dieterding and co. trying to break it down. Here's Owens. And a great play. Miller couldn't put it away. Grabs her own rebound. Gets it out to Owens. Well done there to recover that situation. 35 seconds now.
Really well done.
Owens once more. High arcing shot. Miller comes away with the rebound. Finds a route to the basket, but couldn't put it away.
Really good stand on defense from the Lady Raiders to keep this thing separated by 3. Still, of course, 1 possession, but that's a lot more comfortable than the single point they would have had.
Hecht will extend the Wamego lead before we go to the end of this quarter. Will the Cardinals have a response? Keltner all by herself, and they will. So it stays a 3-point lead as we go to the second quarter. 16-13 is the score through 1.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
All right, ready for our second quarter. It was Wamego jumped out to a pretty early and substantial lead. The Cardinals just chipping away at it as that quarter went on. We go here, beginning the second quarter, just a possession behind, but Wamego beginning with the ball. Hecht from 3. She's got it. She is dangerous. She takes the lead for her team scoring. She's got 8. And then immediately a turnover, it looks like, from the Cards. Must have been some mistake on inbounding the ball. So more possession here for Wamego. A chance to extend their lead again from 3. No good. They get the rebound. And then Brunkow gets a hand in. Still Raiders ball. This is Soraya Pittenger-Reed. She is dispossessed by Izzy Brunkow. Trying to keep her eyes down court while beating the press. Finds Keltner with a little bit of room. Couldn't get it up though through Hecht. And who did they say it went off of? They say it goes out off of Keltner. Soraya Pittenger-Reed steps out for Greer Panzer, senior for junior. Dieterding against Hecht. Keltner against Winter. Here's Panzer now. Just off the bench. Couldn't put that one away. Brunkow got it and then goes down to the ground with that one being taken away from her. There will not be a foul call. So Wamego with all of the scoring here in quarter number 2. Dye nearly changed that and will now get a chance from the free throw line.
And of course, I don't know how much we expected to see change in the second quarter, but the Lady Raiders still doing such a good job of keeping the ball moving, which may not seem like a big deal right now, but of course, the more tired they're able to wear out these Lady Cardinals, you could see that come into play in a big way later in this match.
Dye went 1 of 2 her first time. Misses the first here. She'll get another. Winter goes out for Celia Hargett. She's got 7 points in the contest. And no good from Dye, so the Cardinals still yet to score here in Q2. Been moving it around well. They continue to do so. They have shown no fear to pull up from 3. Hecht that time, though, well off. Dieterding lays that one up as she was going to the ground, looking for a foul, won't get it. And jump ball is the call. So that one will go the way of the Cardinals. Trying to get that one into the corner for Miranda Kuntz. A whistle blows, and it will be Cardinals basketball.
Student section here present and lively, as is per usual here in Cardinal Arena.
Dieterding yet to score here in this one. Lays this one off for Kuntz. Kuntz got her first points.
And that's a much needed answer, I think, even if the point doesn't seem huge. Getting points on the board in the second quarter, big for morale to keep the Lady Raiders from pulling away too far in this one.
Another shot from 3, no good. Dye rebounds. For Brunkow. Just off the front of the rim, but she grabs her own rebound. Gets it out to Keltner. Dye slows things down. Dieterding, and she will be fouled. It's got to be one of the first non-shooting fouls that we've seen so far.
There haven't been many.
It's a second foul for Lexi Hecht. Owens comes in to take the place of Brunkow. Keltner goes far back for Bryn Dieterding. The sophomore prodding away, wants her first points today. Off the front, Dye grabs the rebound, then has it taken away, but it'll stay Cardinals ball. Quick change for Wamego, going in Arabelle Rosano. The senior takes the spot of Kendall Mayer, freshman. Dye inbounds. Kuntz in the corner for Keltner. Drives and shoots and draws a shooting foul. It's a foul against Hecht. It's her third personal foul already. Keltner also went 1 of 2 earlier from the free throw line. Gets her first. Brunkow, Rychek come in. Dieterding, Kuntz go out. Again, no good on the second try from Keltner. Within 5 are the Cards. No foul called on that one. Bouncing around on the floor, and we will have another jump ball, this time which will go the way of the Raiders.
Jump ball will take Wamego.
Taken away. Here's Ava Dye charging down court, lays it up, and it's in. Ava is in double digits.
That's huge. Seemed almost like Ava Dye had fallen into a little bit of a, fallen down just a little bit more outwise from early on in that game. Huge for her to answer back, get back into that
Rychek finds
mentality.
Owens. Big chance here. Cards are within 1. What a play from Rychek, and a great job by Carly Owens to finish it off. Cardinals have not led today. There'll be a foul called there against Keltner.
They sure are keeping it close, though.
Dieterding will come in for Keltner. Moving around the top of the key as they've been all night. Brunkow got a hand in there. Didn't take it away, though, and now who's that out off of? It'll be a Cardinals ball off of a Raiders foot. This possession will present the Cardinals a chance to take their first lead tonight. Dieterding drives down court quickly, puts it up, and she's got her. Oh no, basket does not count. She thought she had her first points,
and
but a charging call takes that one away. First foul against Dieterding. So Wamego maintains its lead, just barely.
Like you said, perhaps all baskets are created equal, but all points are created equal, but that one would have not only given the lead, but also Dieterding's first points of the day. That's a big one to come back.
I'm seeing the officials talk this one over. Don't know if they would overturn the call or if they're just explaining it to Coach Parker. Looks like that's all they're doing. So yeah, no change to the call on the court. Just giving Coach Parker maybe satisfactory information over what they called there.
Clarification regardless.
Running into Dieterding there, no foul called on Riley Stanley. Here she is again, trying to find some space against the relentless Brunkow. That shot blocked by Rychek. Dye with some nice handles before laying it off. Dieterding drives again, trying to recreate what happened the first time. And this time she will get the foul, so it will be Dieterding going to the line for the shooting foul.
Student section voicing approval yet again.
And no good on Dieterding's first shot. And no good again from Dieterding, so still searching for her first points. Dye also came near on the rebound, but couldn't come away with it. Just falling to the ground is always going to be tough.
And still through that entire sequence, still a Raiders lead.
Haven't added on to it for a while.
Sure looked like they were about to lose it, though. However, they have held on.
Dye gets a hand in, but Stanley recovers it, and then off the foot of Dye. And they say Cardinals ball. Stanley can't believe it, and I'm sort of with her. That one went straight off the foot of Dye.
Almost looks like Dye can't believe it either.
I think we can, since it's pretty insignificant, we can say that wasn't the right call.
I think everyone in this building was going, what?
Don't need to call the press about that one.
No big deal.
Here's Brunkow. Under some serious pressure, and it'll be called a jump ball, which will go the way of the Cards. Parker was looking for a foul on that one. She got suffocated.
That was a swarm, if I've ever seen it.
Couple players in the corners for the Cards. They will get it to the corner here for Miller. Tried to get it across to Dieterding. Brunkow gets there instead. And in and out, then Dye. No good. That should be a Cardinals ball. It will be. Man, they cannot grab that lead.
What a game we've been in for so far, though.
These have been really good for the Cards, specifically Dieterding and Dye. This time, though, instead for Brunkow. Drives to the basket, puts it up, and shooting foul. It'll be Brunkow's first time to the line. She's been all over the place, specifically defensively, yet to score, though. Cardinals also now into the bonus. And we are tied. Took long enough.
It's felt like they've been leading at numerous points tonight. Now it's tied up on the box.
And Brunkow gives the Cards their first lead.
You think there might be a little pressure on the Lady Raiders now?
Oh, for sure.
Of course, holding on to it close and not having it are two completely different things, even if the play is similar.
Panzer driving, passes to the corner. Winter will shoot, no good, and still lose, and Dye rebounds. Cards might have a chance to add to the lead. And a travel call there. That one was certainly close. I gotta say, I liked the move, but I could see where that call is coming from, for sure.
That's one of those go either way calls, absolutely. How energetic both of these teams seem now, for different reasons, absolutely, on both sides. But
Cards would love to get to halftime with that lead. They'd love to add to it, but they won't be complaining if it's just a point.
Absolutely. A lead is a lead.
Mayer can't get that one in. Does get the rebound, and that one will go for an and one. The freshman will go to the line with 4 points to her name already. And no good on the and one, but still a Wamego lead, and then Dye pushed to the floor. So does that send her to the line because of the bonus? Looks like it won't. We also got a timeout taken by Wamego. So we will go ahead. Well, actually, no, we can keep you here.
We'll keep you here.
Hayden, we got 62 seconds left. What have you seen? Cardinals grabbed that lead just for a second. It's gone away, though, but they're right there. What are your thoughts so far on this first half?
A lot of aggression from both sides, a lot of figuring themselves out to start the year, but I've seen a lot of resilience, particularly from the Cards. They were down by a pretty significant deficit, and they have fought back, answered back to keep this thing within one, very, very close for the last couple of minutes. It looks like we're in for a really good game right down to the end. Lady Raiders have been consistently good all day, and these Cards just refusing to fall back.
Coming out of the timeout, Cardinals ball will be an inbound right in front of the student section, which obscure your view on that near left side of the court.
As per usual, stands are fairly full on both sides here.
A surprise for me is Dieterding having yet to score, though no complaints for her performance or that of any other Cardinals player.
Yeah, they've all played well.
Last year she was so prolific in the scoring category, but if she's going to be that assistant, she's also effective at that role too.
Playing well is playing
there
well.
Will turn the ball over for the Cards. Or no, a jump ball. Stanley Again, moving it around to the top of the key. Dieterding got a hand
Really
in.
good play.
Stanley kept it and then couldn't get that shot off. Rebounded by Owens. Pass to Brunkow, driving to the basket, puts it up, and it's in. A third lead change of the game. Cards have the lead back.
We've got an energetic crowd, energetic team. Energy all throughout the arena right now.
20 seconds to go. Will there be a last save for one of these teams?
Wouldn't be surprised.
Panzer for Stanley in the corner. Put up from basically behind the rim. No good. Rebounded by Dye. Will Dieterding put one up? She won't. And then she is barreled to the floor after the buzzer had sounded. Hopefully she's all right. She's still down. She is able to get up and run energetically to the bench. So the student section and everybody here take a collective sigh of relief. And the Cardinals, with maybe a bit of surprisingly, go into halftime with the lead by a point. 24-23 is our score. When we're back, it's the halftime show.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
More time before you wake up in the wild. Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Shop local and support local at Jean's Heartland Foods. Visit their website, eudora.heartlandfoodstores.com, to sign up for exclusive offers and rewards today. So 24-23, Cardinals have that lead. We've seen 3 lead changes in the game, all coming in the second half. It was all Wamego for the beginning of that first half, and then it sort of evened out, but really it was a lot of Wamego for a long time, and then just at the end there, they stalled out a little bit. I don't think that they've gone away by any means. There were a lot of warning shots, just barely misses right off the rim. I think that they will come out of the second half gates swinging, still shooting from 3, and being the dangerous team they've been. But Hayden, what are your thoughts on the way that ended, that final minute, that first half as a whole, and what we're looking at going to in the second half of this game?
Yeah, as for that first half as a whole, I would say you kind of had 2 different distinct play styles. Wamego was very consistent and steady throughout that entire first half. You knew exactly what you were getting. They never really had these massive peaks and valleys. Whereas for the Cards, you saw stretches where they would seem stagnant and then stretches where they would just catch fire and be incredible. And I would expect Wamego to come out of this second half absolutely swinging. I expect to see a lot of threes, a lot of aggression from them. And we were talking about points a little earlier on, almost mentioned it in the pregame. These Lady Cardinals have scored 40 points in 13 of their 22 games last season. It looks like we are well on that pace at this point. They've been scoring points very well all night long. You've had players all across the board for the Cards, from Bryn Dieterding, who may not have had a ton of points but was all over the place, assists and on defense. Ava Dye was incredible on offense early on as well. This has been a really tight back and forth game, and I look forward in the second half to seeing if those trends continue or if we start to see two different teams from what we saw in the first two.
Yeah, are there any adjustments that you could see from either side?
Well, from the Cards, I would want to see consistency for sure. If you're on the coaching side, you want to kind of eliminate those dry stretches. You're saying even if we're not lighting anybody on fire, let's continue to play well and avoid those minutes seemingly where we're stagnant. And if I'm Wamego, I want to get a little bit more explosive. They've been so consistently good. You know, they fired off some of those warning shots, as you said. Let's get a little more aggressive with those. Let's try to stretch those leads out just a little bit more if we can, because what the Cards are doing is kind of relying on being close enough that they can catch back up. And if Wamego can keep that explosiveness going, they might be able to stretch it out enough where they can give themselves just a little bit more breathing room.
Something I'd be interested in is the three-point ball for the Cards. Obviously, you weren't here, Hayden, but last year that was a part of the core identity of what made this. Really, it was that 7-0 run to start the year. It was a big part of that. As the season went on and as they stopped getting, they didn't win every game, the lack of the three-point ball was something we were pointing to as maybe why. Now, a lot of those best shooters from behind the line have graduated. So I would be looking to Dieterding, still is yet to score.
Yep.
And I don't mean to keep harping on her name. There's a lot of really good players out there.
Absolutely.
We will look at the stats in just a second, but it's just surprising to see her blanked in terms of scoring, but she hasn't really been trying. She's been distributing the ball.
Yep.
And so that's something that I could be interested in is those corner threes, because they've been there. Dye had the one.
Yep.
And maybe if they take a few of those opportunities, and if you do that, you have to be ready to rebound, because it's not always going to go in.
Would you consider that a confidence point of if you're feeling really good and you're taking more of them versus, if you start losing a couple games, you're not feeling as great, you're not taking them? Or do you think
it seems like there's a way that they want to play right now that Coach Parker has them playing, where they want to drive to the basket and shoot, which you can't blame them. Those are the easier shots. And
Absolutely.
What they've been doing is, if they don't make it, they're often drawing shooting fouls, which is a great position to put yourself in at the free throw line. That's another thing that we could see go a little bit better for them, which you talked about knocking the rust off. There were quite a few misses from the free throw line. Dieterding had 2.
Yep.
And Keltner had 3. There were a couple for Dye. That could be something where if they can get those are supposed to be free points.
Well, now looking at a close scoreboard, right?
Yeah.
Especially.
Right. And so that's, if they want to keep playing the way they're going to play, no problem. It's working, obviously. They've got the lead. Just want to sink those free throws, and that's something that'll come with time, with confidence.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was a good first half for sure. Let's look at some of those stats first for the Lady Raiders. Also, note these are unofficial stats. I added up the tallies here. I am missing 1 shot apiece on both sides.
Rough stats here.
Yeah, Hargett has 7 for the Raiders. Hecht has 8. She's the leading scorer. Leah Winter has 2, both coming from the free throw line. Kendall Mayer has 4. On the Cardinals side of things, again, unofficially, Hannah Keltner with a couple, Izzy Brunkow with 4, Ava Dye leads the team with 10, Miranda Kuntz with 2, and Carly Owens with 4. So 24-23 our score here on the halftime show. 2 minutes, 40 seconds is what the clock says before we will be back with second half action. Keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Cardinals ball to start here. So you come out of the halftime break. 24-23. Hey, yeah, the scoreboard got bumped pretty bad.
Oh, I gotcha.
Nice. Cardinals turn over their first possession. Riley Stanley. That leading role was with Hecht for a while, but now it's gone from number 3 to number 4. Riley Stanley has been the primary quarterback, to steal another sports term, of the offense.
The mic.
Soraya Pittenger-Reed. Now Hargett. And blocked by Dieterding. Tried to keep it in. She did. What a play
really
to find
impressive.
Kuntz. And then another great pass, and another. Oh, just too much from Dye.
I suppose that was almost too perfect. Could only roll for so long.
That was some really impressive ball movement there. Would love to have seen that one be finished off, but even without it, it fills you with some confidence and some joy, some expectations.
Yeah, absolutely.
About what this offense can do moving downfield quickly, because we've seen the press from Wamego. They have been relentlessly high up the court whenever the Cardinals take the ball. And so if they can quickly break that down with quick movement like that, that will be nearly unstoppable. Brunkow couldn't get that one nor get her own rebound.
It also makes a statement to be able to beat press like that.
Here's a 3 from Celia Hargett, and they've got it. That was something that we saw a lot of in the first quarter and had been lacking since. Hargett the first to double digits for Wamego. Cardinals take the lead right back through Kuntz.
You just wish to see that sequence finished off, and that might be the closest we get right there. Really, really impressive.
Lays this one in, does Pittenger-Reed, finding Wilbur, and Wilbur puts it away.
So immediately early on, both teams are a lot more consistent, a lot more accurate.
We've already got 3 lead changes in the quarter. Dieterding finds Brunkow in all kinds of space, put in the corner for Keltner. Just off the back. They were looking for that 3-point ball. And now a foul, a personal foul against the Cards. Against Ava Dye. It's the first against her. Some space here for Hargett. Lays it off to Soraya Pittenger-Reed. Tried to push that one to the basket. And then a shooting foul drawn by Wilbur. The 6'1" senior will go to the line.
This has just been a treat to watch so far in this, to start the second half off from both sides.
The foul was the second on Keltner. Third team foul already on the Cards this quarter. Going out, Brunkow, Kuntz. Coming in, Rychek and Owens. Ooh, wow, doesn't go in there for Wilbur, so she comes up 1 of 2 from the line. Quick movement trying to find Owens and just through her hands. Leah Winter comes in for Riley Stanley. Just talked about that leader of the offense role. Who will it be now? Hargett driving down the far side, lays it off to Panzer in the corner. And an and one drawn by Greer Panzer. It's another foul against Keltner, her third, and a fourth against the Cards. Coming out hot here, Wamego.
Extremely. It's almost like he called it.
And they get the and one to go. So a 5-point lead for Wamego, just like they had early on in the first quarter.
And I look to see a pretty explosive answer attempt here from the Cards. They don't want to let this thing stretch out too far.
Rychek gets that one and puts it away. Her first points. Cardinals sitting back a little bit defensively. Hargett drives to the basket just off the rim and out. The press sort of backing off for Wamego, maybe a little bit afraid of those good movements that we've seen. Fortunate bounce there, and Dye doesn't miss. She's got 12.
We talked a lot in the fall season about capitalizing on opportunities across these Cards teams. So far, these Lady Cardinals tonight have been doing a great job capitalizing on those moments when they open up, keeping this game close.
Layup attempt there from Hargett, no good. Still in play, and do we have a foul call, or is it just Cardinals basketball? We do have a foul call. Going against Kendall Mayer. Second against her, first against the Lady Raiders this quarter. Some conversation going on between the Wamego coach and the ref, and it will lead to a change. Celia Hargett will go out. Riley Stanley will come in. I'm thinking that the lack of Lexi Hecht that we're seeing is because she quickly racked up 3 fouls.
Yep.
So just sort of trying to protect their star player, but I imagine they'll still want to use her at some point. Ava Dye couldn't hold on to that dribble. And a travel call. Great play by Hannah Keltner just to keep the player uncomfortable.
Yep.
Cause her to travel and gets the ball back for the Cards.
And I'm noticing, I'm sure you've caught it too, just it's interesting how through just about 3 quarters tonight, we've seen 3 entirely different quarters of play between these two teams. I mean, you've got storylines for each one. Definitely the most explosive when it comes to scoring and movement has been here in the third.
Brunkow tried to restore the Cards' lead just off the front of the rim. Owens from long range for 2. Still bouncing around. Cardinals ball. These were fruitful for the Cards before. Can't say the same about this attempt, though they will be okay to pick this one up. Stanley goes to the floor. Owens with some space. Dieterding back to Owens. Driving, shooting. Owens just no good. A let off there for the Lady Raiders, who now try and counter. Driving, shooting, no good. Rebounded by Dye. Looked like a Jump ball to start the quarter on that one. Finds Owens.
I was about to say.
Dieterding from 3. No good. It's just like before. When it was 20-21, we now are at 30-31. That next basket proving to be elusive for both teams.
Plenty of good plays from both teams. We don't want to make it sound as if neither has been effective, just really tough to finish.
High pass, trying to find Wilbur, and now a jump ball. This time will go to Wamego. Rychek goes out, and Brady Miller goes in. Pressure from Dieterding. The shot clock will run out. First time we've ever gotten to say that one.
Yep.
Shot clock ran out on him, and a shot clock violation will give the Cardinals the basketball. Change for the Lady Raiders. Kendall Mayer goes out. Arabelle Rosano comes in. And a timeout called by Coach Parker. We'll go ahead and do the same. 31-30, Wamego lead.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Eudora Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Out of the break, still some, or looks like attending to somebody in the crowd here. Looks like everything is all right. Some applause come from the crowd. And so we will now resume here with 2:25 to go. Brunkow, jump pass. Owens finds Dye in space. Great finish. Cards back in front. There is Lexi Hecht back in for the first time in a while. And she will shoot from 3, trying to reintroduce herself. No good. Rebounded by Dye. Ava Dye, no one really around her. She'll take as much space as they'll give. Lays it off to Brunkow, who shoots and scores. The Cards lead by 3.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the biggest lead of the day, I believe, correct, for the Cards?
Absolutely. But now they've got to deal with the presence of Lexi Hecht once again. They'd love to get her into further foul trouble, but they'll have to deal with her presence on offense.
Remember how dangerous she was early.
Fouls, I'm not sure which way that call is going to go. It goes against Owens. So that does put Wamego into the bonus for the first time. And sends to the line Leah Winter, who went 2 for 2 before. Those are her only points in this game. Panzer goes out for Soraya Pittenger-Reed as Winter prepares for her second. And she does not get either one to go. Dieterding wants to shoot, puts the handles on, and she finishes.
That was incredible.
There's her first points.
What a way to get them, too. You and I both heard that collective ooh from this entire arena when she pulled that one off.
She almost broke her own ankles while breaking the other team's.
I was a little worried.
Finds Dye. Owens. Rebounded really well by Miller. All the way across to Brunkow. Fakes the three, drives, lots of space. Doesn't miss. A little bit of flair on it too. Cardinals extend their lead to 7.
And that was a perfect setup to give the Cards just a little bit of room to work in the middle. And then, of course, we talk about executing, a great way to not miss, put points on the board when you get a chance.
Everything has been different coming out of that timeout. It has been all Cardinals, and that will continue here. Pittenger-Reed, no good on that one, despite not having any Cardinals defender around her. 10 seconds to go here. Can the Cardinals add on and be first to 40? Owens, long two, no good. And that will be the end of the quarter. So we go into the fourth with the Cardinals leading by 7. It's 38-31. Keep it here. Fourth quarter action next on Eudora Sports Live.
High quality food.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
All right, get your fours up. It's fourth quarter action for the first time here in the Cardinals basketball season. And they begin with the lead and the ball. Their leading scorer, Ava Dye, 14 to her name. Gets us going here. Wamego just sort of started falling apart right at the end there.
The way this lead has come to be has been interesting, to say the least. All kind of happened at once.
And it's just been a lot of firing blanks. The opportunities have been there, and they've been really good. And they've just not been able to put it away in the same manner that they were doing in the first quarter. Dye. Wow, it looked like a fortunate bounce, but then it wasn't. No good for her. Here's Hecht. Intercepted by Brunkow. Slowing things down here. Putting the handles on Pittenger-Reed before finding Dye in the corner. No good. Might get the rebound, doesn't.
And keep in mind, this little recent stretch coming from Wamego not finishing those opportunities, they could easily start hitting those. Close this thing up quickly if the Cards aren't careful.
Pittenger-Reed from the corner. No good, but rebounded by Brunkow. And then she went out on the baseline there. Interesting to see how the shot clock affects the way that fourth quarters look. Cardinals would often slow things down. What a shot there, and still doesn't go in for Kendall Mayer. Would often slow things down in situations like this, and they still are able to. 35 seconds is a very significant amount of time. Dieterding no good on that shot from short range.
That's two straight rather unfortunate bounces.
Yeah.
One for the Cards and one for the Raiders.
But will the Cards try and slow this down, try and add to their lead? A little bit of both is what I would suspect, of course. See how it goes. Hands in the face of Pittenger-Reed, and then no good on that shot. Couple players on the floor, Keltner and Hecht. Two more go down, and a foul is called. Leah Winter committed that foul, her second. Owens will step in for Ava Dye. Brunkow with some nice moves. Gets behind her defender, then finds Keltner. Owens. Brunkow once again thought about the shot, now will take it. And no good, but then rebounded on the knees of Keltner. And she'll draw a shooting foul. Shooting 50% from the line so far, Hannah Keltner. Right at the 6 minutes remaining mark. Gets that first one to go. It's an 8-point lead.
I was talking about it in the halftime show of wanting to be careful Wamego didn't stretch this lead out too far for the Cards to come back. We could be looking at the opposite right now.
Well, the big thing will be if those threes start dropping, which especially with Hecht out there.
Those can happen fast.
She gets them both to go. So the Cards are first to 40. Here is Hecht. She's got 8 points to her name. Hasn't scored since the second quarter, though. Pittenger-Reed, first points in a while for Wamego. First points for her tonight, and a timeout is taken. What would it take for Wamego to try and get back here in this now that they trail by 7?
Well, if you get a Hecht rolling 2 shots, that's essentially where we're at. But it is a matter of executing, and especially late in the game, you know, that stress starts setting in. You start feeling a little bit more rushed to make something happen. It gets harder and harder to make those moments happen, whereas early on in the game, they were just kind of playing loose and free, right? It felt like everything was rolling automatic, and now as that pressure mounts a little bit more, it'll be really intriguing to see how Wamego answers back. But again, I think it's consistency. If they can start hitting their marks on a little more consistent basis, this deficit is far from a death sentence. They can come back very quickly if they start hitting their marks here, and I'd expect that to be the emphasis.
Yeah, I think the Cards have to keep scoring, which
They do.
seems obvious, but I just mean as opposed to slowing things down or emphasizing defense alone.
I would almost get more aggressive.
Yeah, I think that it's very likely Wamego could get on a run. Here's Hecht running now. And picked off by Brunkow.
That was huge.
Getting the steal and now a counter chance. Breakaway. Keltner, no one there for her. Finds Kuntz. Dieterding dancing around at the top of the 3. Ten on the shot clock. Keltner puts it up, drawing another shooting foul.
And like you said, even if they're not scoring a ton of points, and even though Wamego hadn't scored any right there, you almost want to keep scoring to just offset their scores to keep them from going on one of those 6, 7, 8 point runs.
Meanwhile, it's also a 4th foul on the senior Isabella Wilbur, so she's near to fouling out of this game. Keltner into 5.
Made that first free throw attempt. How clutch have these shots been?
She got an unorthodox way of going about it with that high arcing shot, but can't question the results. She's got 6 points, all from the line.
That's 4 for 4 in the last 2 minutes of game time.
Another timeout taken, so this time we will go ahead and do the same, but keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Gene's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Gene's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Begins with Wamego, and they are moving quickly here out of the break. Cardinals with their largest lead of the game at 9. Might be the largest lead of the game outright.
I believe so.
And this possession will fall apart. Free turnover there. Cards will take it.
What would you have said if I told you that in the first quarter?
They'd have the largest lead of the game.
The largest lead of the day would be 9 for the Cards.
That would be tough to believe just with the way everything started, but they've been coming back, and it's been a mix of good defense and just unfortunate finishing for the Lady Raiders. And that's all that it takes to let yourself get pulled away from in a game that's moving as quick as this. Moving it around top of the arc as they've been doing all day. Can they produce, find some room to get a shot off here? 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hecht, Pittenger Reed from way downtown off the front of the rim, and then Hecht nearly brought it in, and we've got a foul, I believe, on Dieterding. She can't believe it. Not exactly dissent, but she was bewildered with that foul call. It's the second against her, first on the Cards in quarter 4.
It's a perfect word for it. Bewildered.
Driving quickly and getting this shot off, but no good. Keltner comes away with it. Can she keep it under pressure? She can. Halfway through the final quarter of this ball game. Kuntz quickly finds Dye.
Now they
back
are
for
slowing
Kuntz.
things.
She wants the 3. She's got it. Miranda Kuntz. The senior in the starting 5 tonight. She's got 7 points and has given the Cardinals an 11-point lead.
We're far too early for the dagger, but that was massive for momentum, for morale, and putting even more stress on the shoulders of the Lady Raiders, which already have to be feeling
Dieterding takes this one away, pickpocketed. And finishing, the sophomore Bryn Dieterding up to 4 points. The lead is 13.
And if the Lady Raiders' shoulders were feeling heavy before, you may as well have just set a truck on them now. Urgency has to be at an all-time high here.
Hecht couldn't get it to go. Nearly rebounded there, but instead it's Dieterding coming away with it. We could be in dagger territory. Dye puts that one away. They're running away with it. It's 15.
And again, the later in we get and the bigger that deficit is, these Lady Raiders are just feeling that much more stress to make something happen.
Exemplified by the timeout.
Yeah. And it just, when you're not hitting the quote-unquote easy stuff, as we referred to it earlier, it means you start feeling like you have to hit those threes and you have to hit those big shots, and you just start seeing time slip away and points aren't being scored. Just makes things so tough in these late minutes.
I asked you what it would take for Wamego to get back into it. It's looking a lot tougher now. What does it take for the Cardinals to see this out? Are they at a point where they can maybe not worry as much about scoring, or is that something that you'd never consider giving up on? What are your thoughts?
I think you need to, I don't think it needs to be prioritized as much. I think they are definitely at the point now where they can slow things down a little bit, but you do want to keep scoring, because I think that's what's keeping this pressure on so heavy for Wamego, is they keep expecting the Cards to start laying off and kind of let them have some of those points to get momentum going, and they're just not doing it. So I think despite the deficit, the reason they are where they are is because of that aggression. I would keep it rolling. The finish line is in sight at this point.
Yeah. That 15-point lead. And it's funny, if you look at a score sheet, it'll show you that they led at halftime. You think, what are you surprised about? But it didn't feel like it was their game when it got going.
It was such a stark contrast from the first quarter to the second and to now.
And there was really a turning point within that second quarter.
There was, absolutely.
Here's Hecht. And a first points for Wamego in quite a while comes from Isabella Wilbur.
And we'll bring it up again as the Cards bring this one back. They have not beat Wamego since January of 2022. It's been a long time since they beat this team. You've got to think that's got something to do with it as well.
And a timeout from Parker after the Cards had taken 15 seconds off the play clock. Shot clock, excuse me. So
it's new, we're not used to it. It's okay.
Take a 30-second break here to talk things over. 2:06 to go. I mean, last year we had a trope that we would always say of the no lead is safe because basketball is so quick. When does it feel like they've done it? I mean, is it a matter of how big the lead is, a matter of how much time is left?
It's both. I mean, it's a mix of the two. I think if we get within 90 seconds and they have 15, 16, I think you can consider it over. Anything below that can still be considered very comfortable, but if we're talking about completely buried and over, I would say 15 or so in the last 90 seconds, I feel really, really good.
It'll be Keltner to inbound. She'll go to Dieterding. They can get 20 more seconds off the clock before they've got to hit the rim. Now 10. And she loses the handle on it. They take it away.
If they can play good defense, it'll essentially be the same thing.
Hargett comes up short, still in play though.
Really well done.
And is that a shooting foul? It is. So going to the line, Greer Panzer. Only the second foul on the Cards in the quarter. Second against Ava Dye.
I think this is their chance for that momentum push. I think this is big. If they can get 2 makes right here, this can set the tone for them to try to get back into it.
Panzer gets the first to go. Brady Miller takes the spot of Miranda Kuntz. And she gets the other one to go too. Panzer's up to 5. Back within 11.
We discussed it. I think the game plan is pretty clear for the Cards here. Just run as much clock as possible. Minimize the mistakes. Try to run this thing out if you can.
But if a scoring chance presents itself, not going to pass it up. Ava Dye closing in on 20. She's up to 18.
What a night.
Cards also up to 50. The half-century mark. And Brunkow called on the personal foul. Second against her, third on the Cards. Panzer goes out. Soraya Pittenger-Reed comes back in. Hecht looking to inbound. Finds Soraya Pittenger-Reed. And Keltner got a hand in on it. Will she be able to take it away? Will we get another jump ball? We will. And so a timeout taken before Wamego gets to do the inbound. It's a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and send you to a 30-second break before we take you back here.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success,
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
1:02 is all that's left in regulation of this one with that 13-point lead. It'll be Wamego's ball to start. Cardinals assuming their positions here. Could see some of that high press, but there's also nothing stopping them from playing more conservative. Just try to keep the ball on the ground. And we'll see a shooting foul here once again, fourth against the Cards. Puts Celia Hargett to the line. the leading scorer now with 10 for her team. And doesn't get that to go. And comes up short on that one. So Cards get the ball with under a minute to go. Great play there to get it back to Dye. Slows things down, finds Dieterding. Tried to get it to Brunkow, but Pittenger Reed got in the between things.
How impressive a play was that by Pittenger Reed to get her hand in there, separate that? I mean, that could have saved you half of this clock potentially.
Puts the Raiders into the bonus as well. Pittenger Reed puts that one away. No good on that one. Trying to get the rebound, but Dieterding gets it. And a travel called on the sophomore. So although Cardinals generally are comfortable, it's not over. Work to be done. Hecht. Taken away by Dieterding. Brunkow. Working against the press. Raiders trying to force some urgency on the Cards. 20 seconds in the game. 10 on the plate is shot clock. Have to get a shot off here. And they won't get one. They do get one away. Not sure where Keltner came from, but she got that one off and put it away. You could call that one the dagger, but it happened a while ago. The Cardinals win 52-38. What a game from the Lady Cards, and they start off this season 1-0 here in the Cardinal Arena. A phenomenal game. We'll have the postgame show when we're back as the Cardinals celebrate their first victory of the basketball season.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with a delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. Their goal is to provide recreational opportunities for the community of Eudora that will enhance and promote a healthy lifestyle for all ages. The Eudora Parks and Recreation Department gives Eudora residents and others from surrounding communities the opportunity for family-oriented activities. Visit their website at eudoraparksandrec.org to view their youth and adult programs, leagues, memberships, facilities, activity guides, and more, and follow them on all social media at Eudora Parks and Rec.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, welcome in here to the Eudora Animal Hospital postgame show. Eudora Animal Hospital has been serving pets in Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975 and are proud supporters of Eudora Cardinals athletics. And what a win, 52-38 was the final score, and it was one that they were trailing after the first quarter, and even when they took that lead going into the halftime, it wasn't the most convincing of leads, but it was just by a point. They maintained that lead at the end of 3, and then they ran away with it before the game came to a close, ending up winning by 14 points, which wasn't even their biggest lead of the day.
No.
It was a really impressive way to end that game, just a show of resilience, of believing in the way that you play, and sort of just outlasting the other team. I guess what Wamego had going was maybe a little bit of lightning in a bottle, and they just couldn't hold it. And I think that as the season goes on, that will be a very dangerous team, but so too will the Cardinals if they can put up that half-century mark. A really good balance. I was really surprised with Ava Dye. What a great game she had.
That was incredible.
She deserves to be the star player. I think she's got to be the player of the game.
I would agree.
Once we get to that conversation, but just what a performance. You want to give your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy how quickly the Cards turned what was in the first half resilience into outright confidence and almost arrogance in that second half, where they went from we can hang with you to we're better than you and we're going to play like it. And you saw that confidence show through, and it just seemingly broke apart the Wamego Raiders. They just couldn't quite keep up with it. And this team is going to be good. This team has been very good for a long time. The girls' team for the Wamego Raiders have not had a losing season since 2017. You and I were not teenagers yet. It has been a long time. This team is so resilient. They play so well. But that was maybe the best start I think we could have asked for outside of an outright blowout for the Lady Cards to start the year. Just a phenomenal show of early on hanging close and not giving up. And then later on, once you kind of settle in a little bit, hammering in what you're good at and just running away with it against a really good team nonetheless. That was incredibly impressive and a treat for you and I to call up here. That was a really entertaining match.
And because we've got to preview the boys basketball game next, we'll go ahead and do the full post-game show right here. So that includes doing our Who's Smoking Player of the Game from Barbed Wire Barbecue. Enjoy the best barbecue in Douglas County at Barbed Wire Barbecue. For menu options, carry out, online orders, and more, visit their website, BARBWire.com.
I think we agree.
Yeah, I already spoiled it, but I think we can walk through a few different candidates. One great one would be Hannah Keltner, because not only did she put up 8 points, she had a really strong defensive performance. She was just all over the place. Izzy Brunkow, again, 8 points and a huge defensive influence. She was all over the court making plays the entire time and was just involved in everything that was going on, whether she was the one finishing off the move or not. She was just helping create space and being a pest defensively as well. But I think we've got to go with Ava Dye putting up 18 points and, again, also being all over the place. She was more offensively focused, but was getting rebounds and was playing defense and was going up and down the court. Ava Dye is that leading candidate, and I'm going to give it to her.
I agree.
She's going to be that Who's Smoking Player of the Game because she was on fire. A really great game for the freshmen. Last year, Bryn Dieterding was that star freshman. If they're going to keep coming out with star freshmen, that's a pretty good way to start winning games. That's what they've done here, beginning 1-0.
Seems to be the theme with the Cardinals, doesn't it? Those star freshmen across sports.
Yeah.
But this was a great game from every Lady Cardinal. They all played so well.
And so we will wrap up with scoring totals, and then we'll transition into pregame for the boys that are out on the court and on your screen. First for the Lady Raiders. Again, these are unofficial tallies. Hargett put up 10, leading her team. Hecht with 8, Panzer with 5, Winter with 2, Mayer with 4, Wilbur with 5, and Soraya Pittenger-Reed getting 3. The Cardinals side of things, Hannah Keltner with 8, Bryn Dieterding with 4, Izzy Brunkow with 8, Ava Dye with 18, Miranda Kuntz with 7, Ali Rychek with 2, and Carly Owens with 4. So those are our final tallies from this game. The Lady Cards start off 1-0, just as they did last year. And so, yeah, we will next be previewing the game between the Cardinals and the Raiders. Same story. The Wamego Raiders won their first game against Topeka, so they come in with that rust maybe already shaken off, but I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. We'll go to a break. When we're back, it's the pregame show. Keep it here, doubleheader action on Eudora Sports Live.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community, with all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve. Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. Their goal is to provide recreational opportunities for the community of Eudora that will enhance and promote a healthy lifestyle for all ages. The Eudora Parks and Recreation Department gives Eudora residents and others from surrounding communities the opportunity for family-oriented activities. Visit their website at eudoraparksandrec.org to view their youth and adult programs, leagues, memberships, facilities, activity guides, and more, and follow them on all social media at Eudora Parks and Rec.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
All right, welcome back in here. Sorry, getting everything situated as we are in our pregame show, the Kaw Valley State Bank pregame show. They're not just your bank, they're your neighbors. Kaw Valley State Bank is proud to serve the Eudora community and proud to support Cardinal athletics. For more information, visit their website at kawvalleystatebank.com. And before we get going on this first game, the biggest storyline has to be the head coaching change. After 17 years, Kyle Dieterding has decided to step down from the head coaching position which he held. He helped them to a state championship and multiple trips to the state tournament, most recently in 2023. There's no bad blood or anything. He's still around. He's still a math teacher here at the school, wants to still help out, but he said that he felt that it was time to focus on his family, as he was just realizing that time flies, and it really does, how quickly time goes by, that he doesn't want to pass up on the opportunity he has now to spend time with his family. So it is Tyler Cleveland going forward as the basketball head coach for the Cards. So there will be new philosophies, new ways to do things, I'm sure, new ways to do practice. There, so many things can change with a head coach, with a head coaching change. They'll just be like, hey, why do we put the water fountain there? I don't like it there. That's how it's been for the last 17 years. Well, we're going to change it. And so small changes and big changes can lead to all kinds of different changes out on the court. I'm excited to see what this Cardinals team looks like, as we are 20 seconds away from getting into starting lineups and everything, and then Hayden will get into your preview of this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so your starting lineups for the Cards featuring a lot of familiar faces: Cy Thomas, Errol Seaman, Cage Crable, Connor Watson, Micaiah Jerome, either names that you're familiar with from last basketball season or the football season. Cage Crable put up a phenomenal year. Was it second team, or maybe even first team defensive player? And there was, of course, all kinds of other performances. Errol Seaman is a big storyline, looking for some redemption's not exactly the right word, but he got to play one singular game of the football season before losing it to a broken collarbone. And here in his senior year, I know that how much that hurt him, how much he really wanted to be out on the field. So the chance to get out on the court, on the hardwood, means a lot to him, and he is really excited.
Perhaps we call it a point to prove, perhaps.
So what do you have to tell us about this matchup here, Hayden, as we get going?
Well, on the opposite side from the girls, where the Lady Cardinals had not beat Wamego in quite a while, Eudora comes in here on a 2-game win streak, both 23-24 season and the 22-23 season. The Cardinals did come out victorious against these Raiders teams. And those were high-scoring games as well. The Cardinals have been very good against this particular team in the last couple of years. But like you said, with the coaching change, a lot can change really quickly within a team.
Same philosophies as we've seen from the girls team, moving it around the top of the key, trying to find that space to shoot. Not afraid to shoot from three either, and no good. Rebounded by Thomas. Trying to find either Watson or Crable. Miscommunication results in a turnover.
And again, going back to that records difference, whereas with the girls, they had not beaten Wamego since January of 2021. This boys team has not lost to the Wamego Raiders since January of 2021. So you've got to think there's a little bit of confidence coming into this one that they know how to beat this team. They know how to play this team. But as we saw in the ladies' game, a lot can change really quick and anything can happen here. So I'm really intrigued, really curious to see how this game starts to play out and then how those trends continue to maybe stay the same and fall out of the main view as we go on.
Connor Watson called for a foul, the first of this game. And going to the ground, Errol Seaman, and he wins the charge. The senior Errol Seaman getting involved early. Micaiah Jerome back for Cy Thomas. Errol Seaman. Cy Thomas with some room to shoot from three. No good. Slade Smith hands it off to Jace Johnson, a pair of seniors. Reed McDiffett back for Johnson. And taken away, and then Cy Thomas took it away and then threw it out right off of Johnson to take possession.
And really worth noting how the defense has been today. We are multiple minutes into this contest, still running scoreless here, even though both teams have shown plenty of explosiveness, plenty of energy.
Watson for Jerome. Has to battle to maintain possession. Cage Crable at the top of the key. Too high there for Seaman. And then taken away by Thomas, who will shoot and score. Our first points today come from the freshman, Cy Thomas. Moving it around, Regan Keeker finds its way to the corner. Slade Smith drives in, couldn't get it to go. Taken away by Crable, that's where he's best. Right under the basket, racking up a rebound after rebound. Thomas once more, just couldn't get it. Trying to fight to get the ball back, and Errol Seaman will end up coming away with it. Then it becomes a jump ball. First change of the game. We'll see Connor Watson go out. Cash Snyder comes in. Thomas really contemplated that three. Standing in the face of 6'7", Caden Newell. From the corner, in, it's Cash Money from Cash Snyder.
And if we
He's a freshman, rings out from the student section.
And if we thought the student section was lively early, I have news for you now.
And Seaman on a breakaway. He's got Thomas with him. He'll go himself. Couldn't get it in. On the baseline, it's Cardinals basketball. Triple change for Wamego, and coming in now, Christian Jarrett for the Cardinals. Takes the spot of Cage Crable. Schneider once more, and he'll get it. He's up to 5.
I'm noticing the communication on the card side. It's taking as much as a glance for one of these players to know exactly where they want to go with it. The chemistry for the Cards, despite this being the opening game of the season, they look really, really fluid, really eased.
From 3 for Wamego, overdone off the back of the rim. CJ came down with it. Tyler Cleveland calls out the play call. Schneider for 3. No good. Off the back of the rim.
Really good effort by Earl Seaman right there to attempt to give a second chance.
Wamego still looking at a donut up on the scoreboard. Could Tups have something to say about that? Not yet. Stark contrast to the way the girls' defense played for Wamego. No press, which means the Cardinals free to take their time getting down court.
Kind of going wherever they'd want to this point.
Thomas.
I was about to say he went down.
Which way is this call going? Against number 1, which doesn't say much information. Called against Wamego's Jackson Tups. Errol Seaman goes out. Coming in, Ryan Osborne, the 6'6" sophomore. And trying to find Osborne there was Thomas, but couldn't get it over the head of the defender. And the first points of the day for Wamego come by way of an and one from Jace Johnson. It's against Christian Jarrett, second on the cards. Excuse me, it's against Cy Thomas. First on him, second on the cards. The arena trying to get into the head of Jace Johnson, but he's got all 3 points for Wamego. Watson drives, fakes the pass, tried to roll that one in, but they really read his mind there defensively to block that shot. Things almost playing out inverse of the way that the girls' game started.
I'd say it's a complete inverse.
Which is, however you want to read into that, because
the result, of course.
Right. But hopefully under the regime of Coach Cleveland, he knows how to have his team extend the lead, hold a lead, play with the lead, and get it back if need be. Moving things around, Tucker Leonard. Senior finds another senior, Gavin Marquardt. The shot from Tups, and it's in. 7-5 now. A lot of seniority out there on the court for the Raiders. And just inaccurate there from Watson, but goes out off of a Raiders player. Under 2 to go in quarter number 1. Thomas navigating traffic, finds Watson. Laid off for Schneider. Osborne for 3, he wants it. He'll get it! Ryan Osborne.
And do I even need to say it? You know the student section is on their feet, loving that one.
Cards are first into double digits. A response, though, immediately from Slade Smith.
The immediate answer. And what was a somewhat dormant first quarter has taken a turn in the last minute or so. Now all kinds of energy and scoring from both sides. The urgency's picked up.
Osborne finds CJ. CJ,
wow,
he did it really well to get all the way to the basket, but couldn't get that shot off. A crucially timed block. Stays in the hands of the Cards, though, on this inbound. Crable prepares to check in. And he will grab Cy Thomas. Crable, such a strong presence under the basket, both offensively and defensively. Loves those layups, loves rebounds. Schneider drives, shoots, almost goes in off of a defender, and then CJ grabs the rebound. And then his pass to Schneider comes up short. Moore was just caught off guard by the presence of Jackson Tups. Trying to take the lead for Wamego, no good.
And this is very quickly turned into a back and forth match. You see points from one, you see an immediate answer from the other.
CJ goes out, Micaiah Jerome comes in. Jerome. The 5'9" senior. One second less on the shot clock and game clock. Watson wants a shot at the buzzer. Will he get the chance? He'll lay it off for Schneider in the corner. And no good. So we go to the end of the quarter of quarter number 1, 10-8. Our score, the Cardinals do lead, but only by a couple.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with our delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
So looks like we've got 1.1 left, 1.7 left in the first quarter. I'm not... So that played out uneventfully.
I thought it was interesting that there was time left on the clock, but
yeah, there was
sure
some confusion. You could see that the buzzer didn't go. Now the officials talking it over at half court. But I guess that is now the end of our first quarter. Well, we can keep you here because we already sent you to the break. What are your thoughts on the way that ended after the Cardinals had a comfortable lead that became a little less uncomfortable, or a little less comfortable as it went on?
Yeah, I mean, early in these games, of course, when you see a team jump out, no lead is too comfortable because, of course, when you have, 8, 9, 10 points, those gaps can go away much quicker than when it's double digits late in the game. But I thought it was really, really interesting how resilient Wamego was in clawing their way back into that. You didn't really see the momentum tip in a huge way because both teams all throughout that first quarter were very, very active, moving north and south both directions, and it just came down to hitting those shots when you got the opportunity, which, as you would expect early in the season, neither team was perfect at that. You saw little errors on both sides, but I think we're looking at a really evenly matched contest so far. A lot of aggression from both sides and a lot to improve on from both sides as well.
All right.
Let me know.
All right, apologies for the technical difficulties. In the meantime, it's gone from 10-8 to 14-12. And Wamego looking to extend that lead, and they will through Slade Smith. He's got 5 points.
Yeah, this really has been, Reed. You mentioned it earlier where we almost didn't want to say this was looking like the inverse of the ladies' game, but it really somewhat has been. The Cards have just been struggling to hit those shots, even though they're setting them up well. It's caused the Raiders to go on a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, the shots that were going in that first quarter.
Right.
That helped establish that comfortable lead.
Just shows you can play all as well, set it up all as well. But at the end of the day, if you're not making those shots, hitting those quote-unquote layups.
Jarrett comes in for Watson. Something we have seen from Cleveland's offense is, Tyler Cleveland's offense that is that they are taking up a lot of the play clock generally, or the shot clock, keep saying play clock, before they get those shots off. But just as I say that, Errol Seaman with plenty of time left on that shot clock.
Might be the first time that didn't apply, though. That has certainly been the trend.
From the corner, overshot. Seaman rebounds. Osborne. Jerome. Mid-range jumper, no good. And Jarrett finds a way, yes, to get that one out of Gavin Marquardt, who is standing right there.
Unreal.
Cy Thomas comes in for Errol Seaman. Kaya Jerome also subbing out. Osborne. Moving it around, taking the time, waiting for the opportunity to present itself, and Thomas puts it in. On a knife's edge, that finish. We're tied.
That might have been a razor's edge.
Rebound from Tups, who missed the shot. Now with Leonard. Leonard in the corner. From three, Reed McDiffett. Schneider comes away with it, racing against Jackson Tups. Great find to get to Gage Crable, who's got his first points. What an assist there by Cy Thomas.
Not sure whether to call that situational awareness or teamwork or chemistry, but either way, you can see this Cards team starting to come together as a unit. On plays like that, they're feeling good, that's for sure.
Long three here, off the front of the rim and no good. Thomas taking his time, finding an inroads, and what a finish! It's a 4-point lead, and Wamego takes a timeout.
Man.
We'll do the same as the Cardinals are the first to 20 here in this second game of the doubleheader.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
So 20-16 is the score after a really impressive finish. So a 4-point lead. It's been 2 lead changes in this game. The Cardinals established themselves early, lost a hold of it for just a second, and have regained their hold on this game. Excuse me.
I would say this 4-point gap, it shows 4 on the board. It feels like a little bit more than that, the way they finished off that little run. They were dominant.
Cardinals applying the press defensively, unlike the Red Raiders. .40 seconds to go before halftime. Making his first appearance here, Braden Gardner, the senior. Crable. And double dribble, they say, on Cage Crable. Crable will go out for Keelan Duncan. Duncan applying pressure. Still being relentless against Jace Johnson. Hands in the face. Now Caden Newell. The corner for Tupps. 7 seconds. Shots up, no good. CJ keeps it in. And the clock will be stopped with .6. It's Cardinals basketball. Can they get something off here?
This would be big if they're able to.
Big inbound from Schneider. And we will go to halftime with the score 20-16 Cards. They lead after 1, they lead after 2. When we're back, it's the halftime break. Halftime show, excuse me.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
All right, halftime show is going here on Eudora Sports Live as 20-16 is our score. Excuse me, let me ruffle through my papers, find my live reads here. Shop local and support local at Gene's Heartland Foods. Visit their website, eudora.heartlandfoodsstores.com for exclusive offers and rewards today. So 2016 is the score. Cards have led after the first quarter and the second quarter, with leading by 2 after the first, 4 at the break. So what are your thoughts on the way that's all played out so far?
Well, I would say leading by 2, leading by 4, you would assume looking at the box score that they've been better and they've just stretched things out a little bit as it's gone on. I would say they have been better, but again, I think we're sitting in a similar spot we were after the first quarter, where I'd say this has been extremely back and forth and extremely close. They've cleaned up their play a little bit, which is where I think you see those points pushing them over the draw coming from. I don't know. It's been a very even match to this point.
There's definitely a feeling of no real feeling of security. It doesn't really feel like this is done at all, which of course we've got an entire half of the game left, but there's still a lot to be done. There's no clear way that they'll just coast to victory with this lead. There's going to be a lot of work to be done. There's a lot that they need to do in the paint. Excuse me.
It is that time of the year.
Yeah, and they've got to finish off chances that they create, which they've been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just taking those layups, taking those opportunities, and I've liked seeing the press that they've been doing against with Wamego sitting back. I like the aggression from Tyler Cleveland to keep them uncomfortable, make them have to move it around more.
I do.
And I've been a little bit surprised just by how gun-shy Wamego have been so far, because they've been moving it around and there have been sort of half opportunities to shoot.
Kind of holding some punches almost.
Yeah, they're waiting for those perfect chances, which is fine. I can totally understand the philosophy, but that could be a change that they might need to be aware of, is that they might start shooting more often, and that's just going to be more work to be done and more rebounds, and hoping that you don't give up points from those cheaper shots.
Absolutely. And you would have had it, and when we're looking forward to what we might expect to see in the second half, you would have called one of these games. But the last 2 times that we've seen Wamego and Eudora play against each other, both of them were, of course, Eudora victories, 56-43 last year and then 46-33 in the year prior. And Eudora scored over 50 points in 15 of their 21 games last year, only went under 40 twice the entire season. So obviously this is a team that knows how to score a lot of points. I'd expect to see them come out aggressive and come out swinging. Do you think this is the kind of game where, the kind of team, I should say, where they might be able to rally later in a game and go on the kind of run we just saw the Lady Cardinals go on?
I think that they've got the right characters to pull it off. Guys like Cage Crable, Christian Jarrett, they're scrappy. They make they win the loose balls, which is just a great way to it's a good way to tilt the odds in your favor.
Yes.
Errol Seaman would be another one. The guys that come up with the balls that you might not expect them to come up with, and that's just a great way to get extra possessions and extra opportunities.
That pays off.
Yeah, I definitely could see that they could be the type of team to wear down their opponents as time goes on.
Absolutely.
Speaking of time, we've got 4 minutes left in this halftime break. We will go to another commercial break, but you can keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
That was smooth.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasoning.
Corner here for Reed McDiffett. Jumps to get that pass off to find Jace Johnson. Finds Newell, and Newell puts it away.
And you're seeing a good bit of it right now, but this is how it's been since the break. Both teams heavily prioritizing ball control, doing a really good job keeping the ball moving around, really trying to find those gaps in space. And these scoring opportunities that you've seen out of the break have really just come as a result of spreading the ball around. They haven't necessarily been super aggressive scoring charge attempts from either team.
Seaman couldn't get that finish from underneath the basket. So taken away by the Raiders, but they won't have it for long. Cy Thomas, Connor Watson, couldn't put it away, still loose, and now Cy Thomas finishes it.
It's only fitting that Cy got to finish with the points right there.
He's up to 6, he leads the team. Johnson, no good on that one, but caught by Newell. Johnson now grabs the rebound out into the corner for Smith. Slade Smith couldn't get it, still in possession of Wamego though. From just beyond the free throw line, no good from Newell. And now Cage Crable grabs the rebound.
You start going Shirley eventually, right? Really impressive defense from the Cards, but again, just a couple of missed opportunities from Wamego. Getting a decent opportunity, not quite able to capitalize.
Taken away by Keeker.
Here's another one.
Johnson all by himself, but before that shot goes, which was no good anyway, a foul called, I think, against Cy Thomas. It will be. It's the third on Cy, first on the Cards this quarter. Osborne, Schneider, and Gardner come in. Thomas, Watson, and Seaman go out. Triple change as well for the Raiders, including Gavin Marquardt, 6'2" senior coming in. Here he is from 3, just off the underside of the rim. Tupps working against Gardner. The guard from Gardner lays it off now for Leonard. Marquardt in for Tupps, and what a finish. Credit where it's due. He's got 4 points. Wamego up to 20. Braden Gardner. Osborne with some space. He wants another 3. Couldn't get it. Jerome comes up with the rebound. Another chance for Osborne. And before Crable could rebound and shoot that one, a foul called against Crable.
And after early in the game, when you saw mainly the Cards stretch things out just a little bit, we've been locked in. I would almost call it a yo-yo game at this point, where you're seeing little leads extended and then brought right back in close.
Seaman will come in for Crable, who just committed the foul. Only his first. And Schneider grabs the inbound. Unreal. Can they finish this chance, though? They were swarmed immediately by the Raiders and will turn it into a shooting foul. What a play by Schneider, but what a job by the Raiders defense to immediately collapse, suffocating that opportunity, but it does send Jerome to the line.
Yeah, that was big, especially when a team gets that kind of play providing some spark. It's really, really good to be able to shut it down with defense, which Wamego did very well.
No good on Jerome's first. Christian Jarrett will come in, or not. Gets the second one. Jerome's up to 4 points. And he'll now be replaced by Christian Jarrett. Jace Johnson. CJ gets it away from him. Now he gets to slow things down on offense. What a play by Jarrett. Schneider wants three. No good.
And it is extremely interesting. Oh.
And another turnover, but
almost.
Just as quickly taken back and finished by Tupps.
An interesting contrast I'm seeing is with the Lady Cardinals. They ran out to a big lead and then kind of maintained it. Of course, we're only in the third quarter. These Cards are seeming to sit a lot more comfortably between that 4 to 6 point mark. They're considering that a fairly healthy lead, and you're seeing them play differently. They're treating a 6 point advantage as a big advantage, which is interesting. They're definitely a little more comfortable with slowing things down, knowing they can answer right back if they do give up
Timeout
anything on
taken.
defense.
We will go to a short break here.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. Their goal is to provide recreational opportunities for the community of Eudora that will enhance and promote a healthy lifestyle for all ages. The Eudora Parks and Recreation Department gives Eudora residents and others from surrounding communities the opportunity for family-oriented activities. Visit their website at eudoraparksandrec.org to view their youth and adult programs, leagues, memberships, facilities, activity guides, and more, and follow them on all social media at Eudora Parks and Rec.
CJ inbounds for Gardner. 2:15 left here in the quarter. Off the foot of Newell, so it'll stay in Cardinals' possession. May have run out of time before he inbounded. Talking it over the officials. One heads to the scorer's table. There might be some correction they need to make here. But all is well in terms of the inbound. Schneider finds Osborne, now Seaman. Osborne wants to shoot. Fingertip shot, no good. Last two of the third quarter. Keeker, Johnson. Back for Regan Keeker. Passes up a chance at a pretty unguarded three. Jarrett gets a hand in on that one, and what's the call going to be here? It'll be Cardinals basketball. What a high effort play. Not often you see players going airborne like that.
CJ was willing to pay it off. You saw him get back to his feet, immediately look over at the ref. It's a dedicated player if I've ever seen one.
In the corner, Schneider drives. Tried to hand that one on a platter to Crable. They Raiders got in between that one. And then Schneider gets in between on this pass. He wasn't even looking, and he was able to take that one away. But then back into possession of Wamego. Johnson wants an open three. Off the front of the rim, gets the rebound. And then Errol Seaman able to take away the pass.
I used the phrase yo-yo effect earlier. That's certainly what we're seeing here, just back and forth, even if points aren't being put up.
It was a 4-point lead at the end of halftime. Will it stay that way at the end of the third quarter? In the corner for Tupps. And no good, but rebounded by Newell. And under the basket, Slade Smith finishes. They're within 2, 20 seconds left. Shot clock's off. And they will take a timeout on the Eudora side, on the Eudora bench. It's a 30-second timeout. So Hayden, you want to walk through? We've got these 10 seconds left. Do they worry about trying to restore that 4-point lead? Well, I think they want to, of course.
Absolutely.
But do they maybe want to have the last say, shoot as the buzzer sounds, or do they rush for it if the opportunity presents itself, with the risk being that maybe you turn it over and Wamego could even tie it up or take the lead before the quarter ends?
I think you try to score quickly because at the end of the day you still have the lead. So I think they'll be willing to take their chances of extending it, and even if you give up a layup or something mid-range after that, you're still looking at an advantage going into the fourth quarter. But this may have been the most exciting quarter of the match so far, and one where we've only seen 6 combined points from the two teams. This has been a clash of these two sides to essentially see who makes the last mistake. I would say the goal is to get points, and if the opportunity presents itself, try to prevent an answer.
Looks like they do want that last shot of the quarter. Schneider puts it up, no good. Crable rebounds, gets it up, but no good. So it is just a 2-point lead, just like they had at the end of the first quarter. As we go into the fourth, it is 26-24. Your Eudora Cardinals with the slim lead. All right, our sincerest apologies for the technical difficulties we just went through. We tried really hard to get it back to you before now. Under a minute to go here in the game. It is tied at 29s.
It's been back and forth the whole way. Not a lot of scoring, a lot of defense. Every opportunity is a big one to this point. And now they're running thin.
It's been really hard for Wamego to score. They got their 2 from the free throw line. Cardinals haven't been finishing off much better either, though. Shot clock now off. Wamego could have the last say here. And a timeout will be taken. We'll keep you here just to try and avoid falling into any more technical troubles.
Yeah, it's been, and the Cards are in a little bit of trouble here. They've held a fairly consistent advantage of, just a couple of points throughout the duration of this fourth quarter, but we're in a position now where if Wamego is able to put themselves in a decent spot, they could tie this game and walk away with the last second win if the Cards aren't really careful. Defense has been superior from both sides, which means any scoring opportunity we get in these last 25 seconds, 24, could very well be the last one.
And you talked about that the Cardinals tended to hit that 40-point mark. It has just been a slugfest here after halftime. Neither team really finding any way to score, even though they've been really good chances. It's been surprising, a lot of the misses, but they've just not been able to put chances away. And so we sit here at a very low-scoring game, which, if it is to go to overtime, might make it look a little more normal. But it's been tough to score here in this final 2 quarters.
Worth noting, the Cards did not go under 30 points a single time last season. And we certainly hope to see them push over the mark. Yeah, someone will. under 40 only twice, but these are the kind of games where it doesn't have to look pretty, right? You got to get out of here with a win. And at this point, looking pretty has kind of gone out the window. It's do whatever you can to come away with any points this late.
Slade Smith for Jace Johnson. Again, shot clock is off. They could have the last say if they so choose. And
Looks
if
like
they
they're
can
trying.
hold on to the ball. Thomas doing everything he can to try and get it away. Slade Smith turns him around, and Errol Seaman takes it away. Full court shot! Oh my, just off. So we do go to OT here.
I was just about to mention how many turnovers we had seen.
Could you imagine?
Oh my goodness.
If on the first day back, Errol Seaman gets a buzzer beater. That was quite the way for that one to end. It's only a minute before we come back in the fifth quarter again. We're going to avoid going to breaks just to try and keep the stream up here.
We do also have a little bit to catch up on, so that might not be the worst thing.
Yeah, the 2 points there for them just came from the free throw line. It was Reed McDiffit. I forget who got the one basket. I think maybe it was Cy Thomas, Micaiah Jerome. But
I believe so.
There was not a lot of scoring. Or Connor Watson. It was Connor Watson.
It was.
There
Yep,
was not.
you're right.
There was not much scoring in that fourth quarter.
And it seems like the Cards have when you say it that way, but the Cards have gotten one. Wamego's gotten them off free throws. It has not been easy for either of these teams to put points on the board.
But the shots kept coming, and they were coming from good spots and looking good and just not dropping for either team. There were quite a few three-point attempts, but even just some layups under the rim. There was a run of, I think, 4 or 5 shots that seemingly were they were literally layups for Wamego, and Caden Newell, the 6'7" senior, wasn't able to put him in, and then Crable came away with the crucial rebound. There were just a lot of big moments, a lot of living on a knife's edge. You already said you used it before, a razor's edge.
If there were a, dare I say, normal percentage of shots made, we could be sitting at 40+ each easily.
So to OT we go. More basketball here from the Cardinal Arena.
A brush up on the overtime rules, perhaps, if you're aware of them?
Well, I mean, we've only got 4 minutes up on the clock. I think it's just if you lead at the end of 4. Here we go until we have a winner.
At this rate, we might end 31-29.
Fouls against Errol Seaman, his first against him.
The near hero from the end of regulation.
So it looks like the team foul totals continue on from the fourth quarter. So that means Wamego goes into the bonus with that. Newell puts his first one in.
I believe that's the first Wamego lead in a little while.
That's the third lead change of the entire game. Wamego Cardinals once had it. Wamego took it back. Or Wamego took it. Cardinals got it back. And they have now just lost it. Newell up to 7 points. The lead is 2.
And, of course, momentum huge when it's so tough to score like this. Those little runs that may be double digits in another game, just 2 to 4 could be massive.
The Raiders daring the Cardinals to shoot from 3, and they passed up multiple open chances there. Johnson reaching in, trying to get the ball away from Thomas. Jerome trying to find space. It gets booted out, but by who? They say by Jerome. Wamego ball. A big moment there sees the Raiders now with a chance to take a multi-possession lead. And Cy Thomas takes it away. He finds Watson in a lot of space, and Watson puts it away. We're tied again. He's got 6 to his name.
What else could be the story tonight? Could we have anything else? No multi-possession leads. Of course not.
We'll start in the hands of the Raiders. More specifically, Regan Keeker, the 6'2 junior. And on the ground there is Caden Newell, but no foul call will come. So now the Cardinals a chance to regain their lead that they've held most of the game. And Seaman in all kinds of space puts it away. They do take the lead back. Fourth lead change of the game.
I was just about to say the Raiders were still making a heavy effort to not let the Cards have those easy shots and force them to shoot far. And just as I said, Errol Seaman opens up a huge gap in the middle. Executes just like that. We have a new leader.
Smith. And now Johnson against Watson. Keeker. Finds Smith. He wants to shoot. No good. Taken away by Jerome. They're going to slow things down. Wamego will let them.
And now we find the Cards in an interesting position, right? Now they have the opportunity to potentially extend.
But they want to hold on to the ball for a while here. Try and eat as much clock as they can. Schneider in a lot of space. Oh, and no good. It bounced off the back of the rim and then onto the support beams. So that's out of bounds. CJ will come in for Micaiah Jerome. 79 seconds is all that's left here in OT. No particular hurry here from Jace Johnson. They only need one basket to tie. Smith goes to the ground, no foul call. Here's Tufts, wraps it around to Johnson for the lead. And I'm not even sure how that didn't go. He got the rebound back and then overcooked it. Seaman will take it and then get the jump ball. Or was a timeout taken just before? Looks like it was, so they will maintain possession. A well-timed timeout from Coach Tyler Cleveland.
I'm not sure how that didn't go in. That looked perfect.
It's like the rim's smaller than the ball.
Today it really might be.
So the Cardinals take that timeout just in time in order to maintain possession. Go over here. 53 seconds left. They've got the ball and the lead. How do they play these last 53 seconds?
I think if you're the Cards, you're playing it. You don't want to play too conservative, right? That's a tricky line to toe because you don't want to run down so much clock that if Wamego scores, you're left with no time to answer. But at the same time, in a game like this where scoring has been at such a premium, if you have a lead, it is enticing to just run that clock down and kind of take your chances that they won't be able to answer back. For Wamego, it's almost the same approach. I mean, you're down by a mere one basket, so I think they're going to try to ball control as much as they possibly can, try to hold on to the ball for as long as possible. The main goal for Wamego, in my opinion, has to be keeping the Cards from having long possessions. You have to keep the ball in your hands in your court, per se, just to give yourself the best possible chance to answer back.
Yeah, 53 seconds. I mean, they could eat most of that without even having to get a shot off and risk turning it over.
Right.
But we've seen if the shot presents itself, they want to take it, and of course.
Never say no to points.
Yeah, a 4-point lead is better than a 2-point lead with less time left. That just means it's more dangerous for your lead could go away like that, especially if they're shooting from three. So they'll move slowly, but cognitively. And if a chance presents itself, I don't think that they'll pass it up at all.
Calculated patience.
Watson, 10 on the shot clock. Now 5. Thomas may have to shoot himself. He will. And just rolls out. Shot clock's now off. And a timeout taken this time by Coach Steve Fritz.
And perhaps the world works in mysterious ways. You know what? We have a couple of technicals. We don't quite get to bring our viewers the entire treat of a game this was, so here's an extra overtime for you. And this has been very much so the tale of the day. The back and forth that you've been watching, a lot of defense, scoring being so difficult and yet so valuable. it had been a lot of like what we saw from Cy Thomas right there, where you have these scoring opportunities, putting yourself in a really good position, and just not quite able to capitalize. For whatever reason, just not quite able to finish with points, even when the setup is really good and the positioning is really good.
Yeah, we want to thank you all for sticking with us through the technical difficulties.
Absolutely.
I promise you, anytime that the stream goes down, we are always trying our hardest to get it back to you. I think we talked about the Cardinals knocking off some of the rust being back. I think that the computer, it's been sitting around since football season ended. might have gotten a little cold.
Knocking off some dust.
Yeah. But we are good to go here to bring you this amazing game, this amazing conclusion, which it might not even be done. Wamego just need 2 to force another OT.
I don't know if I could ask for a better opening of a doubleheader.
All the way across to Johnson. Now Smith. 8 seconds. Here's McDiffit for 3. It's short. So 2 seconds left. Cardinals ball. A timeout taken by Wamego, but it might be in vain. I don't think there's much they can do here.
No, at this point, they're almost relying on the Cards making a mistake.
Yeah, what's going to happen is they'll inbound it, and they better complete that inbound pass.
That's all it is.
Typical of this game. That might be a turnover.
We have seen a couple of those not work. Yeah.
But if they can complete that, they'll immediately foul, most likely, send the Cardinals player to the line, hope they can miss. But that's there's going to have to be a lot going right. It's like when you're talking about scoring a touchdown, 2-point conversion, getting the onside, and then a Hail Mary. It's like, all right, I mean, come on. But
you need 1% chance after 1% chance after 1% chance. And it's certainly possible, but at this point, the Cards have put themselves in a position where if you do your job, you're walking out of here with a win.
Yeah,
that's all it comes down to.
It starts with completing the inbound. If they can do that, that's pretty much home free. But the Raiders will make that a challenge. They will press, they will cover, and they'll have a 5-on-4 because there's the inbounder. So they will make it really difficult to complete that inbound pass.
And we have actually seen inbound passes today not work. We have actually seen those get tipped and go the other way. Here's the moment.
Cy Thomas finds Watson, and he does get fouled. 0.7 comes off the clock, and Watson will now get to shoot 2. So that's pretty much it. They pulled it off, but pretty much because Watson has to. He's got these 2 shots, and then there's always that full court chance.
Yep.
It's always there.
However, if Connor Watson can make both of these,
that would be a game. Does not get the first, so there is life.
There is a pulse
for the Raiders. That one doesn't go either, and they take another timeout. So with 0.7, they will still have possession.
Now even less time to work with. This is exactly how much time the last inbound pass took. Went from 2 flat to 1.3. That would end the game.
I wonder if they might throw a little bit back up there. We'll see.
It's possible.
Yeah, they do throw 0.3 up there, so a full second remains in this one. That is enough to get off a shot, and there's not going to be a whole lot the Cardinals can do about it. It's, again, completing that inbound, but after that happens, they can try and get hands in the face, but they will get one last shot off to try and win this game. Just like we saw at the end of regulation with Errol trying to win the game, everybody's hearts will be in their throats for just 1 second. Quite literally, just 1 second.
1 second. What a privilege we have to call this tonight. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us once again. We appreciate it. You saw your Lady Cardinals with an impressive win in the first half of tonight's doubleheader, trying to see if the varsity boys team can answer, keep that streak at 2-0 for the night.
So interestingly, no one down on the short court. Now, yeah, they're looking to throw it far, and it hits off the ceiling. So now it becomes does it become a Cardinals ball? That's what the official's signaling. How about that? I'm not sure why they wanted to try and throw it down half of the court. I guess it keeps it so the clock's not ticking, but they would have been fully able to get it into somebody who would have enough time to turn and get a full court shot.
Actually set their feet line up for it.
So now, once again, just complete the inbound. Thomas again to Watson. He's fouled, but the clock goes. Are we done? One official is signaling a foul. Not sure yet. What do we got? They put another .3 back on the clock, so we're not done.
What a game.
.3, though, would be pretty tough to get that full court shot off.
That's a blink.
And again, Watson, another chance to just put it away here from the line. This is the first.
Crowd doing all they can.
Doesn't get that one, but the game is over. The Cardinals win, and they get the doubleheader sweep to begin the basketball season. 33-31 your final, which is not exactly, that doesn't maybe reflect as exciting as this game has been. It was a really good performance throughout by a lot of different players, by the team as a whole. I'm excited for the Coach Cleveland era, and it begins with a win here in the Cardinal Arena, defending their home court by both teams grabbing wins. They both start off 1-0 with wins over Wamego. Thank you for sticking with us. We will go to a break here. When we're back, it'll be the postgame show.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community, with all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve. Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. Their goal is to provide recreational opportunities for the community of Eudora that will enhance and promote a healthy lifestyle for all ages. The Eudora Parks and Recreation Department gives Eudora residents and others from surrounding communities the opportunity for family-oriented activities. Visit their website at eudoraparksandrec.org to view their youth and adult programs, leagues, memberships, facilities, activity guides, and more, and follow them on all social media at Eudora Parks and Rec.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, post-game show action here. We made it after 5 quarters, you could say, of basketball. The post-game show is brought to you by Eudora Animal Hospital. They've been serving pets in Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975 and are proud supporters of Eudora Cardinal Athletics. So first we'll just wrap up this individual game, and then we'll talk about the doubleheader as a whole.
Yep.
33-31 our final, total of 4 lead changes. Cardinals had it early, lost it late, took it back, got it to OT, and were able to get out with just a slim win. I mean, it was the scoring.
That was a coin flip, essentially.
Scoring became so hard in the last 2 quarters and overtime. It was just really tough for teams to put anything away all of a sudden, which was not how the game began for the Cardinals at all. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on the way that game played out?
Well, I know you'll occasionally see from we tend to look at games, and if we see a box score that looks fairly low, you tend to assume that wasn't a great game, wasn't that exciting, right? These are my favorite kind of games, and that was the most exciting full game of basketball that I've watched in a little while. I mean, when scoring is at such a premium that you know it's significant every time a point is scored, it adds that much more value to it, and you see both teams start to value every opportunity that much more, and you saw that. I mean, I'd say right out of halftime, you saw both teams treat any points they could get as just so important, and it really was that same game from third quarter, fourth quarter, and overtime where you just saw a lot of back and forth. You would get an occasional basket from either side, but it was a lot of up and down the court defense that wouldn't end up going anywhere. That was such a phenomenal game. The Cards did such a good job closing that one out. From a new coaching philosophy standpoint, I'm really, really excited that that's how they started, showing that level of fight and resiliency early on. That was incredible. I'm still in a little bit of shock. That was awesome.
Yeah, I really liked the way that they played. I think they played really smart, really skillful, patient when they needed to be, aggressive when they needed to be. They were just doing a lot of the right things, and I'm very eager to see the rest of the Coach Cleveland era. I mean, I think if this is, even though it's a low-scoring, scrappier game, that if they're going to be able to win games like this, they're going to be able to win a lot of games.
Yep, it's a phrase you see everywhere amongst professional and collegiate sports. Is if you can win the ugly games, you can win so many. You can win in a lot of ways if you can win the games like this that aren't particularly pretty. Shows a lot of character to a team, that's for sure.
All right, so we've got the task of picking a player of the game. The Barbed Wire Barbecue, who's smoking player of the game. I've got a few candidates. I might end up throwing it over to you. We'll see. I'll just run through the list. So the points is not really the main factor here, but Cy Thomas was second on the team in scoring with 6, but he was all over the place, leading the offense through the pretty much the full game. The freshman that got the start. Another candidate would be Errol Seaman, the senior, was all over the place. He had 4 points, but was just making him a nuisance of himself. Everywhere. I would say that Christian Jarrett would be a leading candidate. He didn't even have a point, but he was constantly stealing the ball back, getting in the face of their offensive players, just again making a nuisance of himself, being a problem.
Some of the plays he made were outright ridiculous tonight.
Cage Crable, it would have to be another, the junior, put up a couple points, but was just constantly coming down with rebounds all over the place, winning possessions for the Cards. And then Connor Watson would be my final candidate. He put up 6 points. The senior, another leader for the team. I think I'll cut it down to Cy Thomas and Christian Jarrett, and then hand it over to you.
I like that. I was thinking Christian, Cy, and Connor. Ooh, man. I think as far as who was leading tonight, it was really, really impressive, first of all, to see Cy Thomas kind of take charge and lead the way he was, with his level of seniority in the team at this point being down so low. As a freshman, seeing him come out and lead and take charge of this team tonight the way he did was so impressive. And man,
so am I hearing you say Cy?
CJ was everywhere. I don't want to pick. I think if I have to choose, they were both everywhere in such a defensive game. I think we'll give it to the total points. I think we'll lean towards Cy for tonight.
Okay.
But I cannot, unless you strongly feel the other way. But we cannot emphasize how well everyone played tonight.
Yeah.
There was no far and away best player. Everybody played their role. Everyone played a part. But I think I would lean Cy by a hair.
Yeah, he actually was the leading scorer. I think I said second highest. He was the leading scorer with just 6 points, because that's just where this game went. It was just a low scoring affair, and he was just all over the place, leading this offense, leading the team to to this victory. I mean, he was just a key figure in that. So, yeah, we will go to another break, and when we're back, we will just wrap up this doubleheader as a whole and preview what is next up on Eudora Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
All right, so back for the final time here on the post-game show, wrapping up this doubleheader sweep to begin the year. They were taking on a team that opened up this season with a doubleheader sweep, and yet the both 1-0 teams were made to fall here as the Cardinals now become those 1-0 teams, both the boys and the girls. Looking at what is next, both teams will be playing in Atchison on the 13th. We will not be there, but there is a student broadcast from the Atchison students, and we will try and get you guys the link for that one. So our next broadcast is the 17th, right back here, as they will be both teams will be taking on Bonner Springs. For the girls, I believe they're taking on 0-1 Bonner Springs, and about Atchison. Atchison is 0-1 for that next game, and the boys are taking on 0-2. The Atchison Phoenix. So they have yet to win a game, both of those teams, for that next game. But yes, then we will be back on the 17th here, back at the Cardinal Arena. So 52-38 was the girls' score, 33-31 was the boys. You want to give any final thoughts just on the day as a whole here, the first time back in Cardinal Arena for basketball season?
Yeah, of course. If we're condensing things, a little bit, on the girls' side, a really, really impressive show of resiliency. That game was so impressive to me, how they managed to just kind of hang around, and then run away with that game the later into it got. A really, really positive outlook on the rest of the year. I'm very excited to watch the rest of their season. And then for the boy Cardinals, winning by just a little bit in such a tightly contested defensive game, I might be more excited to watch the rest of their season because, of course, you have new coaching philosophy as well. Both teams showed so much passion and so much grit and capability on both sides. I mean, you saw the ability from either team to just completely catch fire and take over a game. We saw it materialize for the Lady Cardinals tonight. Didn't quite see it for the guys. But this is a really, really exciting note to start the year on. I'm thrilled we got to cover it. It's got me really excited for basketball season with you. That's for sure.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for being with us here tonight. Cardinals with the double-header victory, back in action on the 13th, and we will be back on the 17th, where you can find us right here on the Varsity Sports Live YouTube channel for Hayden Harves and Reed McAvoy. Go Cardinals, and good night.
Thanks, everyone.